Unbelievable. Hi, this is Ryan. Sorry for being late. I was accidentally signed into my other channel, so I am here now. Looks like I missed a couple people who stopped in, and apologies for that. On my other channel, I started a video and didn't realize that I was, anyway, in the wrong place. Good morning. It is Friday morning, and I am here to talk about expansion. I think that will be the topic for maybe every Friday. We'll see. But expansion is basically what spiritual training is about. When we feel constricted, suppressed, depressed, or otherwise less than, we feel small, right? I mean, that's literally the word compressed, feel small, depressed, right? Pushed down. When we do that to ourselves, our minds can do that to us, and also other people can do that to us. The sort of bad actors out there who only feel good by making others feel bad. Regardless of how you got to a place where you sometimes feel less than, or literally you can feel physically or spiritually small, there is a way to expand, and there is a way to shed that, because that constriction, the sense of the walls being pulled in, that's real. Like, your walls really are pulled in. When you feel small, it's because your aura has been sucked in, and you're now, like this big. And, aura, many people define it as like the glow around the body. And after my years of training and research and interacting with teachers, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong, it's not about that, but my current perception is that the aura is literally our true self, and it's just showing you the edge of what other people would call your soul, but that's actually you. So if you are your aura, right, and your sense of personal space is your sense of size. So really has nothing to do with the size of your body. And I learned this the hard way by taking a daytime medicine when I went to sleep. And I woke up in my dreams, in my body, feeling the size of like a molecule inside like my head. And that was a pretty weird experience, but it showed me that our sense of size really has nothing to do with the size of our body. And when we do things that maybe we feel bad about, or feel like maybe we shouldn't have done, we can pull ourselves back, right, and feel smaller. Or if we would like someone to ignore or not see something about us, we might pull ourselves smaller, right? We might shrink in their presence because we don't want them to see something. That's an example of, getting smaller. But expansion, right? It's not really an animal. It's just a different thing. It's not the opposite of shrinking, because in shrinking, we either consciously pull ourselves back, or an external force consciously pushes us back. Expansion is the opposite. That's not going to happen from somebody else. And if it does happen from somebody else, they're probably trying to take your power away. They're hoping that you give them that power, but don't do it, because how big you are is really up to you. And you get to have free will here. If you sense yourself as small, and most of us, to figure out how relatively big or small you are, if you need to, we're about the size of like how far our arms stick out. So your personal space is about how far your hands touch, right? That feels like your personal space. That's like how big you feel. And then if you feel like you pull your personal space back, that's you feeling really small, and it can get smaller than your body. Or if you see like athletes who just won the big game and they throw their arms up and they're super happy, they can literally get really big and they feel really big. But you know what? They feel really big because their auras are getting really big, because they're victorious, and like you just get a lot of energy and it feels great. So why not get really big? So, you can be big and have that experience of expansion if you follow a few simple rules, and they're not very difficult. The details of all this is at my school called the YBNL College. If you would like to dive in and really work on your inner life, the YBNL College is a great place to go. You can find out about it at yourbodyneverlies.org, which is what YBNL stands for. What do you know? The first thing is you get to discontinue judging, because every time you judge, you're literally putting a little wall between you and that thing that you judged. And as you get older, and this, and it's true during the week, it's also true over years and decades. But the more you do that, the more the walls are going to close in. It's one of the reasons why, as we get older, and you probably saw this in your grandparents when they got older, they tend to look at less and less and notice less and less information. This is one of the reasons. It's about judgments. And judgments doesn't mean necessarily labeling, this person over there is evil, or this person over there is like, oh, good. It's not about that. It's about the measuring and comparing and determining which is better than the other. Because if you measure and compare and you go, oh, well, that one's more than and this one's less than, that's actually a judgment. And you can tell it's a judgment by how it affects your body. And those things are valuable. If you're buying a used bicycle or a car, you want to compare two things and figure out which one's the right one for you, right? That's good. But when it comes to people, you never have enough information to truly make an informed judgment about anyone. You just don't. Every person walking around is an entire universe unto themselves, and to judge somebody because of the briefcase they carry or the shoes they wear or the color of their skin or their religion or their haircut, I mean, come on. As you judge and judge and judge, those walls are going to come in and you're going to feel smaller and smaller and you're going to feel more and more disconnected. And that's the opposite of a fun life. Because then you have to go through this struggle to make friends because they feel so distant and people are so distant. Like, how do you communicate over this big distance between you and all these other people? You learn to allow things to be the way they are. Suddenly, those walls can just start to go away, and suddenly you can feel connected to people regardless of how far away they are from you, but also regardless of, what you may have judged them for in the past. So now it might be really interesting to go meet that person who doesn't speak your language and wears different clothes and has different color skin and whatever. You can have fun interacting with that person rather than being concerned or feeling disconnected from them. So, not judging or allowing things to be the way they are is one piece of the puzzle. And you do that by discontinuing the measuring and comparing. That's it. You catch yourself measuring and comparing somebody, just stop. Go, oh, I was measuring them. Wow. And don't do it. Now, the really fun thing is when you discover that you've been measuring and comparing yourself to other people and then judging yourself as less than or not enough, right? When you discover that, now, come to the college and let's unravel that. Because at the end of that journey, there's this amazing prize of, you get to be yourself anytime you want all the time. And not only that, but it's fun and you're in the sea of unconditional love that, hey, is always supportive. And it's not just a feeling in your body. When you are in that happy place, other people support it. The universe lines up and the universe desires us to have this happy, connected life. And when you join the happy, connected life, the universe goes, oh, fun, and literally lines up with you. It's a really fun thing. Part of the college is learning intuition and learning manifestation. It's about learning healing, self-healing, and it's about learning how things get askew. And when you learn these things, life becomes so much easier. Anyway, if you have any questions, you can chat them in. If you're a member of the college, which doesn't look like there are any college students here right now, but you could call in on my hotline, which I did get. Last week, I announced that I would post the number here, but that's not going to happen. I had too many people tell me that the trolls would call in. So to avoid trolls, the number is only going up at the college. And, just join the college and get the number. So the college is at the YBNL College. YBNLHotline.com. It's a paid registration, but look, if you'd like to do the workshop, the primary workshop anyway, without paying, which is totally welcome to do. The workshop is online on YouTube at my other channel. It's called the YBNL Play Shop or Online Play Shop. You just take it here on YouTube, and then you can call your questions in to my other channel on Saturday mornings, which is, I guess, tomorrow now. And I'll help you get through that workshop too. At the end of the first workshop, your automatic stress and suffering for things happening in your life or things that happened in your life or things that might happen in your life will end. That's the point of the training, and it's free. So, well, it's free if you do it on YouTube anyway. So try it. Watch a few videos, call in your questions on my other channel on Saturdays. And if you have questions about my teachers or about any of my stories of spiritual powers or whatever, call in here or chat in here. And that's every Friday at 10 a.m. The other channel is Saturday at 10 a.m. All right. Hope you have a good morning, good weekend. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow on my other channel. And this is over. Ciao.